Allison, and welcome to my weekly meltdowns. First show of 2025, The Traitors, US Season 3. And we're going to cover episodes 1 through 3. We are back in full swing, this bunch. Allison's having audio problems. We did the full 30 countdown because we needed it. I needed it. Some have chest pains.
You needed it, and your audio still broke out as soon as the countdown was done.
It did, yeah, it did.
Oh, it did. Well, that's
This is the first thing we heard. The first thing we heard was Allison. That's the first thing we heard.
Oh, that hurt. I'm coming off winter death, 2025. I am sick like clockwork the first week of the year every year.
You sound better today though than a few days ago.
Oh, my voice messages have been leaving all over the place.
Yes. But oh my gosh, you guys, like I was saying right before we went live, like I am just so dang excited to be covering the Traitors, but more importantly, like reunited with all of you guys. I can't wait to like chat everything. I can't wait to hear all of y'all's opinions. We have so much to get into, like a whole new cast, the Traitors, the twist, some Twitter drama with Derek Levasseur, maybe if we have time for that. I think Aaron probably knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
You can start there.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Let's save that for last because it requires some context, right? Yeah.
But we've got with us tonight. It's been a minute, Tyler. Whatever. We got Andrew, Jackie B, and Aaron. Everybody, the gang's here. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat. Hi, Juan and Shayna. It's great to see you guys as well. And I think I pronounced that Juan correctly because I'm actually trying to learn how to pronounce shit right. Okay. For 2025.
Is that your resolution? Yeah.
Well, my resolution, I don't have resolutions. It just every year it's more ways not to commit murder, but, and not cuss. And I'm not killing anybody. So.
Are you talking about the Mike Bloom drama?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what do we want to start with, guys? This is, please, it's on Peacock. If you're first time here and you're like, where can I watch the Traitors? It's on Peacock. This is the third US season. This show originated in the UK?
Germany, didn't it?
Germany or something?
I don't know.
And
I just fully nodded in agreement. I had no idea.
What was the question?
I don't know
where it originated from. I think the Traitors was the first one.
I'm on Mucinex.
Oh, UK?
No, that was Germany. The Traitors.
The Traitors?
Yeah, the Traitors is how you say the Traitors in Germany.
The Traitors.
The Traitors.
The Traitors then. Fräulein. Someone please take it from here.
All right. Well, we have a lot to get into. Let's just first start with like our first impressions of like the cast and like who they ended up picking as the Traitors. Of course, we have like a bunch of housewives like usual, right? Kind of sad to see Dorinda as the first boot because she is just such a classic, iconic housewife. And I feel like the housewives are usually kind of filler a little bit on these seasons, right? Like who's going to be like the MJ this season is like my big question. But man, Dorinda has like such a legacy behind her being one of the OG housewives of New York. So sad to see her go first. But yeah, I'm really, I want to hear y'all's first thoughts on like who they picked as the Traitors. So of course, Alan went around the round table here and he picked Danielle Reyes. He picked...
Not shocked.
Yeah.
Who didn't see that?
He picked who else? Carolyn from Survivor.
Oh, Lord,
and he picked Bob the drag queen. I feel like this is like a like an amazing, like chaotic, like first like three Traitors to like just induce like as much like mess as possible to really get us going. What do you guys think about these Traitors picks?
Well, we have to go ahead, Aaron.
Oh no. I don't know if anybody watched Canada's season 2, but I'm getting of that crop of traitors where the dynamic was just like combative in the turret, but somehow they were able to pull it together outside the turret. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting from. I'm shocked at how quick their ideologies like were not the same. That's probably what surprised me the most. But as usual, Carolyn is on the pulse of everything, and nobody listens to her when they should.
I
don't know why
can
people are
totally relate to this. Crazy Allison. Nobody ever listens to me until it's too late, and I'm like, I can't even say I told you so. I told you it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And we've got the fourth traitor,
Yeah.
Rob Marinara.
Marinara.
I'm already sucking. You know who I'm talking about, Boston Rob. Why am I even trying with his backwards baseball cap? Anyway, so the beginning of the episode, they revealed someone in a cloak, and it was Boston Rob.
Yeah.
And for him to enter the game, someone had to shake his hand or shake Alan's hand or something like that, and one person would be removed from the game. The only person that seemed even remotely interested was Carolyn. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to be alone. I would have shook the man's hand. Being me, I would have been like, y'all hush. Hello. And Rob, who we getting rid of? Because I don't know how many of these people have made it to the final or won anything. I don't see very many winners. I see some runner-ups. But what did Nellie say? 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers.
There you go.
That's
I feel like I would have shaken his hand too. Just looking at like some of these power players here, like I probably would have shaken his hand and like cut Tony like right then and there. That would have been the move for me. Sorry, not sorry.
So here's the thing, and I missed y'all's first little part, but I'm gonna say 2 things, and then I'm gonna say my overarching thing.
Okay.
I would have shaken his hand because there's no way they flew Boston Rob out to Scotland with no intent of putting his ass in the game.
I hear that. Yeah.
His contract said he will be a traitor. It's just, will the rest of the cast contribute or not?
So it like he was coming in, and I would have known that. So I'm shaking the hand to not piss off one of the best reality TV show players that ever exists. Now, here's my overarching problem with the season so far. And don't get me wrong, I love it. But the season and the cast, they doing too much, right? I don't think we needed the Boston Rob twist if we're going to bring all 3 guys in the first episode and in between the first and the second episode. It's too much for me too quick. And not only from a production, like the Traitors game works. I'm afraid they're Big Brother-fying it too much, where they're trying to do too much, and eventually it's going to wear on us. It's a social game in itself that's crazy and hectic, and it doesn't need much more. But also, the players are doing way too much. I like Danielle Reyes. Love her. But part of my strategy when I play Big Brother, when I watch Big Brother, when I analyze Big Brother, you're going to be nominated. It is part of the game. It is how you react when you're nominated that decides whether you're a good player or not. In the Traitors, you're going to be accused of being a traitor. It's part of the game. It's how you react when you are. And Danielle and Bob the Drag Queen, mess and a half when they're nominated. When they come up, messing. And I love Bob the Drag Queen. He's so fun to watch. But they've got to realize that being accused is a part of the game, and how we react is going to be the biggest tell. And in my opinion, in that facet, they're failing.
Is this the first
Yeah, I would
time
agree.
we've seen Danielle Reyes outside of a Big Brother game? I apologize. I don't have I
She
seen.
did
Yes.
snakes in the
Yes.
grass. Didn't she or
Okay,
no?
she's-
Oh, was she? No, I thought
No.
that was
was-
Janelle.
Janelle, Cerise, Stephanie, and Rachel.
Okay,
Rachel, yeah.
thank you. Okay, just wanted to
'Cause I-
confirm.
I had to kind of side with Carolyn when they were in the Tourette.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
am I saying this correctly, for God's sake.
Well, the problem is you said Carolyn and Tourette at the same time, and I got confused
Well,
for a second.
Listen, I'm on a roll this month, and we're only 13 days in, so I just want to make sure I'm saying Tourette
Yeah.
correctly.
Do they call it the
But,
conclave? Is that what it's called?
It's called the
You could-
Torrent.
It is called the
Torrent.
turret. Oh, but then what's the conclave?
That's a movie with Ray Fiennes. He's probably going to win the Oscar about the Pope. So anyway,
The book is amazing.
I'm joking.
Oh.
But that is true, Eric. But like I decided with Carolyn because I think one of the biggest mistakes that we see with reality stars is they are in a new game that is very different from what they're used to. And they tried, Danielle's epic. She is just a legend, in my opinion. She made it second play. She killed it. However, this isn't Big Brother, and you can't think like you're in Big Brother 2 or 3. And you can't think like this is my whole thing, and I'm gonna shut up. You got Dr. Will Kirby showing up on Dill or No Till Island on a little boat. Okay, episode 2. Spoiler. Well, it's not a spoiler. You already saw it next week. And it's in his contract. I'm not gonna rough it in the beginning with these people. I'm showing up in a tuxedo, bitch. And Boston Rob ain't showing up there for nothing. Give me a break. These niggas got the time for it. So my biggest fear is you have players like Dr. Will, baby. I love you to the moon and back, honey, but this is not 2001.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 2025. And Danielle, same thing. You can't come into this game and try to resort back to how you played that got you as far as it did. Carolyn's right. Look, us crazy bitches are always right. Nobody listens.
The best people to play this game so far haven't been your big mega reality TV stars, minus Cherie. Cherie is the exception to everything.
Yes.
She is a
Get it
perfect
right.
human being in all capacity. But Peter, like the Bachelor player, I'm sorry, Dylan Efron right now has my full attention.
Yeah.
It's
he
those
has mine
non-main
too.
strategists that have always played this game the best.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Efron, he's a really good person and actually a pretty good player so far. So, gotta respect him enough to call him by his name when we're fishing for likes. But
don't fish for likes, Aaron.
Yeah, don't fish for likes. Anyway, I do have a hot take, or maybe it's not a hot take. So I do agree with Andrew, first of all, about the exiling twist. I think in terms of like the number of people in the cast, like if we started off with like maybe 18 and then went up to 21 with the 3 people instead of like already being around 20, it's like it felt like too many people. But my hot take is I think whoever was exiled was going to be made the 4th traitor no matter what. So I think when they changed the course of the game, I think had somebody shook Boston Rob's hand, I do think Boston Rob would have been made a faithful instead of a traitor. But I do think they probably thought nobody would shake his hand, so it's more likely Boston Rob would be a traitor, which is what they wanted anyway. So I do think, I do think if something went left, and Boston Rob was shaking hands with that person, would be the 4th traitor instead.
Yeah, I agree that like these especially Danielle and Bob the Drag Queen, like they're doing too damn much like too quickly. And I feel like that's where I feel like Big Brother players have a little bit of a disadvantage because like those games are so damn long. Like they are just used to such a slower pace where they have time to really cook and like make their alliance, make like the strategy and stuff like that, where like I feel like I don't know how long the Traitors films, but like I would assume it's just a few weeks, right? Like we're just going like round after round after round after round. So,
Mhm.
you know, players like Danielle, players like Dan Giesling, like it's just so hard for them to like shift it into high gear and like play as fast paced as they do. And you know, same for Bob the Drag Queen. Like, of course, we certainly saw like a pretty explosive first few episodes for him, especially like the whole like boat drama, like yelling about it being like a sausage fest over there and stuff like that, which I totally get, and I'm glad that he like vouched for the women in that moment. But like, damn, it just like really puts like that attention like squarely on you. However, I will say that like with the addition of Boss and Rob as a fourth traitor, I think this is actually really good for Danielle and Boss and Rob, because I would assume that Rob will be sussed out first out of the traitors and voted out. Like, I feel like this is a good meat shield for Danielle and Bob to last a little bit longer as a traitor before they're found out.
And in terms of the production and design of the game, while probably not ideal to literally introduce like everybody that was going to be involved in the first, couple episodes and adding the, the extra people and then getting the 4 traitors all in the first couple episodes, I do think long term, I'm glad they blew their load now instead of spacing it out, because I never really like it when like somebody becomes a traitor like 2 episodes before the end. Now granted, all 4 of these people could fail and we might be in that situation anyway, but I do think it's nice that at least, I don't think we're gonna get any extra people at this point, and or any other traitors. It might be rare if we got a recruit at this point, but could happen.
Well, I guess I'm a little hopeful. I guess I'm hopeful to be in opposition, hopefully, of Tyler. I want Rob to make it. I loved Rob's reaction when he saw who the other traitors were, and he was like, "This ragtag army of misfits." I feel like he's the best strategist of the 4 of them, and I feel like because of Rob's ability to kind of shroud those who will help protect him, and then also his ability to stab people in the back who are not for him, I think he, of the traitors that we have now, will probably last the longest. I think he will sell the other 3 up the river real quick if it means that it would protect him.
The thing with that, Jackie B, is this is a game of defense and offense, right?
Yeah, at the same time.
And that's what Boston Rob needs to do, is he needs to play offense to play defense and prove that although you might suss me out, if you're wrong and I am a faithful, I'm a damn good faithful that you don't want to leave, because I'm going to help you find the other people. I honestly think the best move for Boston Rob is to throw Carolyn under the bus.
Yeah, I think he would.
Straight up, I know a traitor. It's Carolyn. Let's go toe to toe. Carolyn gets defensive, accuses Rob. Like that he needs to play defense, or he's playing defense, but he needs to play a little offense and not worry about, am I a traitor? He needs to prove that he can be a good faithful. And if Boston Rob can do that, he'll go far.
Well, he needs to stop. He's acting like a sellout, if you ask Tony.
Okay. Can I say something about the Tony sellout moment? Because I feel like I'm definitely gonna play Rob advocate right now, because I feel like he extended an olive branch to Tony. He said, "Hey, here's this. Let's work together." I think that if the Survivor people would have sat down and just had a quick little caucus together and be like, "Hey, this game is chaos. We don't know who's what, but then you got 50% of us who are traitors. We could probably annihilate this game without saying that there's 50% of us that's traitors." But I think if they would have just sat down and gathered, and now we got Wes, who's making deals with Jeremy, saying, "Hey, I know that Survivor, y'all some beasts, y'all some good game players. I want y'all to know that I want in." They would have had numbers literally day 0. And I feel like Tony was so caught up in this, how do I act like I'm not a traitor and I'm the most faithful person here, but everyone's suspicious of me. And Tony kind of started to play this like individual game and was not thinking about the fact that you still need numbers in this game. And I feel like that was Tony's detriment, because of all people in this house, to extend an olive branch, you need to climb that tree. Rob was trying so hard, and Tony was just kind of in his own head. And I think it was his own undoing. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to stick it out with making numbers. He needed to, like, I know he didn't want to be lumped in with Survivor people, but hey, wherever the numbers are, the numbers are.
I think the ironic thing is that Tony probably would have stuck with Rob to the end. The problem was he just didn't say it. He assumed that everybody just knew by osmosis that, like, I guess he was trying to be really coy and like not say, like, not look like he was talking to them too much, to the point where Rob was like, "Oh, I guess we're not doing this the way I thought we were. Okay, I mean, I guess I'll sell you out."
That's kind of fits into, Aaron, the realm of you guys have played Survivor, you've never played the Traitors. The way to communicate in the Traitors is very different and difficult. Like, I think it would be very hard for a group of survivors to sit down around the bar and really try to strategize for a few minutes. And some people are asking in the chat, was it disrespectful for Tony when he was eliminated to call Rob a sellout? I don't think it was appropriate or inappropriate. I think it fit the moment because Rob himself said in his confessional, I got to protect Bob the drag queen, and I'm going to have to do something that I don't want to do. Look, sellout can mean a lot of different things. Trust me. There's not just one definition of sellout. But I think in that moment, it did fit. And as you can see, it's very hard to kind of get where you need to be to get with the people. I don't think Tony was purposely avoiding Rob. I think this is just, everything's happening so quick, and you're used to playing a game that you've won. How many times has Tony won?
Twice.
2 times? This is totally out of his wheelhouse. Everybody's, oh, it's a reality show. They're all the same. Bitch, no, they are not. No,
they require different social strategies. And like in a Survivor game, like even when we watched Tony and Rob and Tyson and Jeremy and all of them play on Winners at War, there were a lot of like pre-game pre-game relationships. They didn't have to redevelop and cultivate and reinvent the wheel while they were on the island. It was just like, hey, I know you, we just went and hung out a few weeks ago, and it's probably the same thing coming here. Like, hey, I just saw you or I just saw you in December, over the top, or whatever it is. So they're like, oh, I know you, you know me, and it's that invisible head nod across the room. But this game does not permit for that to work. Y'all have to sit down and really talk strategy and like, who are we coming for? Who's coming for us? Like, there has to be that open dialogue. And Tony, while not intentional, but him not like, hey, let's all talk and commune together, by them not linking up where there's other numbers of people who are linking up and gossiping and whispering and canoodling and strategizing. Tony totally lost that. And I think that was unfortunate for him.
These Traitors got to calm down, though. Carolyn popping like a flea in and out of each room, trying to see who the hell is in the. God bless. And Danielle Reyes, I swear to God, by episode 4, she's going to announce who the Traitors are, because she knows for a fact the so-and-so's a faithful. Oh, Lord. It's
not Bob. And they would definitely try to kill me to frame, or kill Brittany to frame me, but it's definitely not Bob. It's giving shades of Cody in season 1 after Ryan Lochte. I think it was Ryan Lochte, right?
Yeah.
Was they killed Cody's trying so hard to cover that up, and it's not. I'm so nervous for them. And I think the problem was that episode 1 mission. I really like it, but I feel like it set them up to always be like made them think that they had to be like really loud and expressive in order to be seen as a faithful, when that's really not the helpful strategy for
doing too much.
Most of the game. Yeah. I think that episode 1 mission really kicked off and got them in that mood of like, I can't believe that we had to sit here and sacrifice and do all this stuff, and they left us and we were having dinner, and then the energy just carried the next
I couldn't come back and eat that filet mignon. Food I can't pronounce because it's too fancy. The fuck?
there's been a lot of, and we've talked about the Tony, we've talked about the Boston Rob, a lot of big names that people were excited for. I want to say, I forgot how much I love to watch Jeremy Collins play games.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
I
yes.
said like all last year when the cast was announced, like I wish that Jeremy was picked as a traitor because I feel like he would have played a really
would kill
really excellent job.
I could
So
trade
I hope he
Danielle
gets
out.
recruited.
I hope so too.
I would trade,
I don't care if he's a
Carolyn out.
traitor or a faithful. I just forgot how much I love to watch him play. He is
Yeah.
so smooth. He is so level-headed. Like, I don't know. There's just something about. He's been one of my wife's favorite winners forever.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just a huge. Watching him play this, I was drawn to him more than I was drawn to other people. I was also a little iffy on Bob H. I enjoyed Bob H in this first
Bob
3
Harper.
episodes.
I feel like people forget how strategic The Biggest Loser was as a show. Like there was I remember Bob Harper being a very like some strategic stuff happening in The Biggest Loser, especially with the teams, like with his team versus Jillian's team and all the other trainers that came after. I'm forgetting all their names. Yeah, Bob Harper has some like there's some like edge to Bob that you kind of get to see more of here because it kind of amplifies that aspect really.
I'm trying to go through some of these players that we might not normally talk about. One of the lines of the episode for me was, Gabby, how did you do on The Bachelor? Well, I'm gay now. Like that
I'm a
was
lesbian, yeah.
Who was the Bachelor? Who was the guy on the show?
I don't know.
Oh, I
I
can't remember
did
who it
love
was, but I
Chanel
remember it
saying
being
to,
a very controversial Bachelor.
Was she Matt's season?
It was a very
No.
controversial one because like I think he like went back for somebody. Was it the one that he went back for somebody that he rejected? And they were all like, y'all are wasting our, like, why are you wasting our time doing this? And then Gabby ended up being one of the double bachelorettes when they did that, where it was 2. She was one of the 2.
Okay.
Yes.
I did love Chanel had a line where she said to Wes, she was like, "Are you from TikTok? I don't know who you are.
Are you on TikTok? Do you have a TikTok?"
I love that.
Okay, I'm putting coins in here. I say
I'm from a show called The Challenge. Oh,
The
okay.
Challenge on TikTok.
I also want to point out Carolyn. I mean, Carolyn, they need to listen to her a little more because she was right. Right? Like,
yeah.
During that whole part of her wanting to save Dorinda because Dorinda would get the most heat, and then you go to breakfast the next morning and everyone's thinking it could be Dorinda, right? Carolyn, they need to listen a little more. She's crazy, but she's accurate. I would have thrown her in that casket.
Yeah,
I'd have thrown
Dorinda
her in that
1,000
casket quicker than anything I could have ever done. I'd have nailed that coffin myself, but she's smart.
Yeah, Dorinda 1,000% would have been that first banishment for sure.
I just have one more thing to say about Tony, if that's okay.
Please.
Yet another flop performance here. Like, let's be real. Like, if there was any question before about whether or not Tony is a little overrated as a player, as a winner, we can't be so hard on Dan Giesling, like absolutely flopping on the Traitors if we can't say the same thing for Tony.
We
know what I
the same
mean?
exact thing for Tony. Absolutely.
I also think that like a lot of the cast probably assumed that Tony was going to be picked as a traitor. And I think that Tony kind of checked out of the game once he was not picked as a traitor. I think that he was a little butthurt. I think that he's also like a little butthurt that he was not one of the 3 men in the cages getting the little special treatment. You know, let's roll out the red carpet for Derek Levasseur. I'm sure we'll talk about that. But yeah, I just think that like Tony was just a little butthurt that he did not get like the love and attention that he probably thinks that he deserves. So I was glad to see him go this early. I'm glad. I mean, same for Johnny Bananas last season. Like it was a blessing. It was a blessing that he was the first boot. And I'm saying to y'all now, like, great to see Tony, but it was a blessing that he was one of the first ones out here, and we don't have to deal with that all season.
Yeah,
just saying.
Okay, but here's the problem, Tyler. They didn't give Tony enough time to make a spy shack, and that's why he hasn't succeeded in this game.
I know.
Winners at War was on Pluto TV last night, so I was like rewatching some of it, and Damn, I hate how that season ended up because Nick and Ben like just simped for Tony so hard, and it just like gridlocked like amazing players like Jeremy, like Kim, like Sophie. They just could not get anything done because like Tony just had like all of these followers and stuff. I'm glad to see that the Traitors 3 is not going to be a redux of that. Now we have Derek to worry about, but what do you guys think about Derek joining the game here? I know, Allison, you're ecstatic.
But I'll let Allison go first. Yeah.
Listen, I didn't know Derek was gonna. I've tried to stay away from his. He was not in the cast. Meet the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was not in Meet the Cast.
Yeah, they're not in the images of the cast.
They're not. So you have to picture. It's Saturday night. I'm dead. This is me half alive. I was laying on the couch with drool, I'm sure, looking like a mess. They're in the cage. The hood comes off, and Derek's face comes flying out, and I'm like, oh, what? I was like, oh, it's Derek. And then Wes, and I was like, oh, my God, it's Wes. And I started texting Tyler. I was like, oh my God, I'm so freaking happy right now. I've got Wes Bergman. I've got freaking Derek Levasseur. I've got, oh my God. I mean, I'm even happy to see Boston Rob. This is going to be, sorry. This is going to be legendary. I was so excited. I learned so many things. Also, 2 other things I'm a shush. Dylan Efron, bless his heart, is under. Let me tell you something about this guy. I didn't know he was on a show called Down to Earth with Zac Efron. Okay. Because all I saw in episode 1 was Dylan Efron, Zac Efron's brother. And then in episode 2, they had his name, they had Down to Earth under it. And I go, well, that's nice. That's nice of them to describe it like that. And then I was like, oh, he's on a show. And then I felt bad. Who the fuck is Sam Asghari doing there? The man can't even answer a question as to whether or not Brittany watches Real Housewives. Somebody said, does she watch Real Housewives? He goes, I can't answer any questions. Damn, I need to see this divorce agreement. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Tom Scandival.
Can we talk about him after the traitor reveal? Can we talk to him about him when that blindfold?
He was there. His eyes are stuck like that, even with the thing on.
Chriselle,
right at his ex's friend.
Chriselle, you moved. Chriselle. It's Chriselle.
I would be doing the same damn thing though. Right?
He just wanted to be Chriselle so bad.
To back to what you said real quick, Allison, and in general, I do want to say I'm sad to see Wells go early, but that's not what I mainly wanted to say because I love Wells. Okay, the Derek West thing and the Derek West entrance and the Boston Rob, like I don't think he should have came out day 0. I think they should have saved him for the cage. It doesn't work if those 3 don't come together and come late because now I think you're like, okay, these are 3 huge players they brought in together. One's got to be a traitor, maybe, but then it also is like, okay, but one's got to be a faithful. So I think it kind of took some of these people that would have been targeted very, very early. I can't with the cover. These people that would have been targeted very, very early and put the fact that, okay, some of them have to be faithful because they wouldn't have entered 3 traitors into the game this late. Mm-hmm. So that's where I think a little bit of the weighing came in with that twist. I just don't like that Boston Rob was an earlier part. Why not Derek? Yeah. Why not Wes?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like the day 0 thing. It was too much. They doing too much.
Okay, I'm also.
I mean, it would have
been known who he was. To be honest with you,
can they do that with a single woman? Is my issue. You know what I mean? Like, why did they roll out the red carpet so much for like Boston Rob, Wes, Derek, Dr. Will on Deal or No Deal? I understand Dr. Will is like on a different level, so like I'm okay
Watch
with that
it now.
One. But like,
careful.
Why didn't they roll out that red carpet treatment for Danielle Reyes? Why didn't they roll that red carpet out treatment for Sandra or Sari? Like, why are like only these like elite reality TV men like part of some like big like, OMG shock factor. Like Sari, like or Sandra should have been like that, like just as equal of a shock factor. It's always like, I don't know what it is, but like it's always like these kind of guys that are so like put on a pedestal. What is Derek really done to deserve
Where's that mute
this treatment?
They rolled out the red carpet for Kate's reappearance.
He won Big Brother one time. He has just as much
do it
credential as Josh Martinez.
But it's how he won. But it's how he won. Oh Lord, I ain't got much.
And granted, Tyler, Rob's spot is whoever was going to be exiled, which in most cases would still be Rob if nobody did anything. But like, had Danielle gone up and said, Brittany Haynes, you're out, it would have been Brittany up there with Derek and like, or whoever was cast aside. So
sure.
They were kind of gambling on that, but worked out.
Tyler, I don't drink the Derek Kool-Aid. I don't. But like your hatred for Derek is my same hatred for Sandra.
Okay, that's fair.
I think, what did she do? She won twice. Okay, but how? She rode Parvati's coattails. Whatever. We don't have to go down that drain.
She played the game. Look, here's the thing. Tyler doesn't like Derek because Derek would sniff him out and get
Derek is just so like
you already know.
The only thing Derek sniffed out is a goat in Victoria to be able to use as a pawn.
We're doing a rewatch. We're doing a fucking
rewatch. I honestly think Derek is a representation of BB16 as a whole, which was like a real like 180 from the response overcorrection, I would say, from BB15. And so a lot of people's frustration with BB16, I think they pass on to the cast for various reasons. I do think there's a lot of good players in the cast. And obviously, I mean, Derek is good, but not like maybe not
greatest reality star.
I'm with Allison on this.
One of the best Big Brother players. I'm not saying he's the best at everything reality wise. I'm saying watching him play and how he played. Yes, Victoria was we ain't got all night for that, but just trust me. Anyway,
I am going to be very entertained, and I'm going to get a lot of mileage this season out of rooting for his downfall, because I know that the only reason that Derek signed up for this season is because of how bad Dan flopped last season. So Derek wants to go in there and play a better game than Dan did, so he can say, see, I am the better Big Brother winner than Dan. I'm telling you, that's what it is. I'm telling
Cody
you,
also flopped.
But he is too much of a wuss to play on a season with Dan. It's just like it's so like fraudulent behavior to me, and I'm excited to root against him this season. I'm entertained. Yeah,
I'm changing this subject. Tyler, who's the one person that hasn't made the Traitors cast yet that you want to see play?
Oh gosh, from like Big Brother or Survivor or
any reality show. I've got the right answer. I just want to know if you hit it.
Oh,
dang, that's hard.
I could answer.
Vanessa Russo. It's not hard.
I would probably say Ika Wong from Big Brother Canada. She would be so fun to watch play.
Vanessa Russo.
Hush! Don't say that again. No.
Allison's a Vanessa hater.
Why?
Allison, one of the best Big Brother players to never win.
I think I should be playing in the Traitors. I think Jackie should be playing. I think all of us should be playing in the Traitors. I think that it needs to be fair. And it needs to be like season 1 when they split it up.
Manthe in the Traitors. Give me Jerry Manthe in the Traitors.
Oh.
I would love that.
I'd like to see Puck from the Real World too.
From the what world?
The real world too. Look, I can't speak right now. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Real World 3. Sorry.
I don't know, Mary. I don't know about Javon and the Traitors. I don't know about Javon and the Traitors. Javon might be a little much for the Traitors.
Gosh, now you have me thinking about Real World people, because I've been watching a whole bunch of Real World seasons lately.
Okay. Y'all all need to go watch. Even if you don't watch the whole season, even if you don't watch anything, y'all need to go watch episode 1 of worst cooks in America.
What the
Oh,
fuck is
Rachel's
that?
on that, right?
You need to watch Rachel
Yeah.
Riley's first dish chocolate lasagna. You
No.
gotta watch it.
No.
It's
No.
It's Rachel Riley. It's Frankie
Oh.
Grande. It's Wes is on it. Frankie
I love to
Grande's
see
on
Frankie
it.
Grande.
I need to watch this now. What chocolate lasagna? I don't even know how you make that good. Okay. Sorry.
She put the chocolate on everything, and with the turkey, the
Well,
ground
okay.
turkey.
I need to see it. I need to see it. I need to watch it.
You will never want to eat again, but y'all need to. I haven't watched episode 2 yet, but episode 1, it's all reality, heroes versus villains.
Oh, it's heroes versus villains. That's what it.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
it
right.
is.
'Cause I heard
It
about that.
is so good. The first episode was so good. Mwah.
Let's do some honorable mentions, shall we? I apologize. My mouse is not wanting to work. I'm trying to get into the.
Oh, you know what?
Julie
this-
from Real
there's-
World New Orleans. I would love to see her on the Traitors. Sorry to interrupt you, Aaron.
Tyler has to think about questions like that for at least 5 minutes before he can give an answer.
I do, because they have to be like. Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry.
But
Okay.
was she be wearing her Lululemons?
I feel like okay. This is a little tangent. I'm getting a colonoscopy on Thursday, and I feel like the feeling I get when I think about like the colonoscopy prep, it's kind of maybe not. Okay, maybe like who
Where's
was that
it going?
person from season 2, the housewife that was like, I totally almost forgot about her.
We have gone from
MJ?
a shitty colonoscopy
Phaedra?
to a housewife from season 2. I'm
Who?
just sitting back and enjoying
Phaedra?
this.
Yeah.
Phaedra's the
Phaedra?
only.
No, not Phaedra. No, like something that was like she was
MJ.
like
MJ?
no, not MJ.
I don't know anything about housewives.
I don't know. The housewives kind of all blend together for me to be totally.
No.
Oh,
honest.
because,
Sheree.
Sheree, yes, thank you, Sheree.
She was our village idiot
I-
that made it to the end.
Yeah.
Yes, I get Sheree vibes from
Legit.
Robin, and I know
No,
Rob-
no.
I know Robin has potentially some fire in her. I'm just really worried about Robin going forward.
I think Ian was Sheree. She was definitely the village idiot. I love her. Sorry.
Hold
But she was like
on.
the lovable.
It's one of
like,
them having a colonoscopy.
I'm still confused where the colonoscopy's coming from.
Aaron, I'm trying to help you here because you were on that shit literally with that colonoscopy and you lost Allison and Andrew, and I'm trying to bring it back for you. I swear to
trying.
God, I'm trying.
I'm trying to forget how we got from the colonoscopy to Sheree to Robin to. I mean, I know they're shitty players, but I
No,
don't.
I'm trying
shit.
to. I was trying to get my stuff to pass. I don't know. I feel like
Hey,
I do
in
feel.
a couple
I
of
do
days,
feel-
it'll
This is the
pass
show to
real
do it
quick.
on.
In a couple of days, it's gonna pass like no problem at all. You take that drink, it's passing, brother. You good?
Oh, my weekly meltdown.
I feel like Robin. I'm gonna try and help here.
I'm sorry,
I
Aaron.
feel
If
like
you throw that pitch, me and Allison are gonna swing every time.
every
I feel
time I
like-
was trying to.
Student.
Yeah, no, I had something in there. I lost it. Anyway, I mean, Ion. I feel like Ion had a lot of potential though. It was kind of cut. Sure, I really do think that was a horrible choice by the Traitors.
yeah,
to kill.
absolutely.
I completely agree with Carolyn. It should not have been Ion,
I
especially
think-
after
I
they
think
just
they-
killed Dorinda, and the fact that Bob and Danielle have such like tunnel vision. I don't get the tunnel vision. But anyway, Robin.
I don't think they see each other. I don't think they see themselves as a potential target. They're both doing, like Andrew said, way too much in two different ways. Bob has no problem with sitting at the round table and giving us all kinds of nonsensical metaphors to try and divert the question. You just dropped a 1,000-piece puzzle on us.
Which
And you want us
'Cause
to
they're
do it.
both doing it.
Bob the drag queen. but drag queen Bob, I think he has the mouth on him, but then Danielle Reyes is not going to be able to keep her secrets. And I guess let me ask y'all in my big brother council, was Danielle able to keep her mouth shut on her season? I still haven't watched this. I gotta go back every
Yes.
but was she
Yes.
able to keep her mouth shut? Because here it feels like she's not going to be able to hold her water in this one. It feels like she's going to run her mouth too much and accidentally slip up something, and she is doing too much. There's too many tears. There's too much. Oh my gosh, what's happening? And oh, if they're gonna kill that person, they're gonna pin it on me. That's talking way too much. The two of them, I don't think that they see that they are potentially threatening their own identity in this game. So I don't. I'm not here for them. I was so excited to see them at first, but now they're just.
It's a different wheelhouse, man. I mean, so
Yeah.
there's too much tension in the turret when they're up there. I mean, it's so a couple. It's like my mom and dad are arguing, and I'm just sitting there like, do I say something? What do I do there? But Bob, the drag queen, and I are on the same level. I don't like drama, but if it doesn't have anything to do with me, I'm gonna sit back and watch. Because I think Danielle and Carolyn are gonna really have some uncomfortable words or silences coming up. Especially with Robin there, because this is not a foursome that's gelling. Well, I think one of them's gonna. I mean, they're already trying to put someone in the coffin,
which is the right move.
It is, but Carolyn,
correct?
Because they won't suspect. No one's gonna be suspicious of Carolyn being a traitor anyway, so it makes sense to put her in there because she's just gonna be. She's probably gonna be extra. I don't know. Can I tell y'all something? I was really excited at the idea of Carolyn being a traitor at first, and then as it's unfolding, her as a traitor with these people, I don't like.
I agree, Jackie. I agree. Carolyn would not have been one of my picks for like a survivor traitor. Like I said, like I really wish it was Jeremy, because I don't know, like I assumed going into this that Danielle would be one of the traitors, and I was just thinking about how well like Jeremy and Danielle would have like worked together, and that would have been really fun to watch. But I'm a little higher on Danielle going further than I think a lot of y'all are. Like, yes, like she's like expressive and like had a big like personality these first 3 episodes. But that's Danielle, like the Danielle that we know and love in Big Brother 3. She would have won the game if the jury was not or was sequestered. Like that's the only reason she lost, is because she spoke her mind in the diary room, and the house guests were bitter about that when they went to go vote. That's the whole reason why we have like juries in Big Brother now. So I think that like Danielle knows to like, hold it in a little bit and then like really go off in the diary room. I think that's like really where she shines. So I think I'm more than I believe in Danielle to go far in this game, and I think she will. I just think like Rob has to go like sooner than later. Like he has to be like the first traitor gone, and I think like that would really help Danielle and Bob the drag queen really spend their time to like get something going. I don't know. I'm not like her odds aren't out on me yet, is what I'm saying. Like I think she can still do good.
Let's talk about the cliffhanger. How's she gonna get out of this one? Let's talk about the cliffhanger.
I just was frozen
empty.
because the ceasefire in her fucking net.
Can you not hear
sucks.
me?
No, I was frozen for just a minute, so I have no idea what y'all are just. Do y'all not? Do you not know when I'm frozen?
No,
it was seamless to me. If you said no, I would have never known.
I was like ranting for a while, so
No,
he's like, yeah.
How do they get out of that? How do they get out of Gabby leaving the room and it being empty, and Gabby coming back in the room and it being full?
I don't think they would. I think they spliced that together. I don't know if that actually happened at the time that I have to see how it plays out in real time in the episode itself, because they made it look like Gabby and Derek were nearby. I just don't know if they were actually there.
It made it look like Gabby saw somebody coming out in like the reflection of the mirror that's on the wall there in the bar. So it looks like she saw Carolyn and Danielle coming out of that wine cellar.
Well, they're whisper yelling in there.
They were.
They can't even whisper yell properly.
Yeah.
And because if I'm walking down the hall and I hear something, Allison's putting her entire body up against it until that shit moves. They're gonna open that door and I'm gonna come flying in.
Running with heavy feet, so you hear me coming because I want to hear what's happening. And I want you to know that I heard what I know I heard. Y'all did.
Right.
What's up, guys?
Me and Allison. I got Allison on my back. We're running.
We are there. What's up, guys?
What
See
y'all
me
talking
here.
about?
It
y'all
didn't.
talking about?
The edit didn't look like a splice. It looked like she got caught.
I can't wait. I want them both to get caught. I want Carolyn and Danielle to have problems.
Get caught. Get caught.
I also wish that we saw like a little more of Danielle and Brittany. Like, of course, we knew like coming into the
Oh,
season that there was a little bit of
over it.
drama from the Big Brother reindeer games.
Nobody
I
cares
feel
about reindeer.
both of them
was
do
so
apparently.
It was really good.
Tears on sight means that they care. They were crying.
Yeah,
all the
right?
way. Like,
No,
Yeah.
it was a very intense episode too.
Yeah.
I just feel like we didn't really get too much from Brittany Haynes these first 3 episodes. So I was just a little
She's doing
surprised
it
by
right.
that.
She's doing
She
it.
is. I think that
Right.
Brittany assumes that Danielle is a traitor.
You
But I
think
also
so?
think Brittany assumes Danielle won't kill her.
Yes,
because
of
she
yeah,
knows that
because
that'll
of their
turn
drama.
the target back. Mhm,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They've got like a destiny bond in a cool way.
Who
It's
did we-
exciting. It was a great first 3. I just hope they calm down the twist. I hope we're done, and I hope we can just play the game.
We got to
Yeah.
do another recruitment if they get rid of a traitor, which I think that's going to happen soon. It's going to be Danielle or Carolyn, unfortunately.
You
Or
think
not.
they
I
would
think they'll
recruit
wait.
another?
No, I think they'll wait till they get down to 2.
Do you think so?
Yeah, that's what I think so. Like, I just feel like 4 is too many to begin with. Like, I could see them like not
Yeah.
recruiting another. Like, if one of them is taken out pretty early.
Can you
I don't know.
explain something to me?
And wait for Kate Chastain's mid-season traitor entrance.
Listen, listen. Here's the thing.
Right?
I need an explanation, or maybe it was just me on Sudafed. I don't know, but I'm watching it, and I could have sworn Alan said that when you're banned on your way out, you're banished. When you're standing in the circle, you're not
I heard
supposed
it
to.
too, but then they started revealing.
So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yes. So this is something that started happening in previous seasons
okay,
where at the finale it used to be where those last couple of people would say, like at the final 6, before you get to that final 4 thing, like those
Okay.
last couple of people would be like, they would reveal at the very end. They're not doing that anymore. So once we get down to that final day, those people are no longer going to reveal what they are. So when you do get to that final 4 or final 6 and beyond, it's just instinct as to when you want to stop the game when you get down to 4. So that's when they're
They
stopping.
made that clear enough that was happening.
I caught that.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
get that either.
well, listen. Here's my thing. I got excited because I was like, oh, they're not gonna know if they got rid of a faithful or a traitor or not. And then, and then I thought about it. I go, wait a minute, that defeats the game.
I thought it was great. I'm excited to see where it goes. I just hope we can just get to some gameplay and not
Yeah.
need so much extra.
Yeah.
Well, real
Do we
quick,
want to end
guys.
with some Twitter drama real quick?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
do
sorry,
the drama.
Yes.
Let's do
Well, hold
the
on.
drama.
I'm going to actually go ahead and take off because my food's been here. But Allison, I
No
want to
worries.
give you a TV recommendation.
Okay.
It's on HBO Max.
Oh,
You don't have Max.
I have Matt.
Oh, it's The Pit.
That's in my queue. Is it? I don't know though. Noah Wiley as an ER doctor again. Talk about too much.
So okay, but what's so cool about it is it's
Dr.
like
Carter?
ER mixed with 24. It's a 16-hour shift, and each episode is 1 hour of the shift.
that's a crazy shift.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
But you got to be okay with some gross stuff.
Oh my God! I watched Dr. Pimple Pop. You would not believe the shit that I watched.
But it was
No.
great seeing everyone again. Hopefully, I can make you guys another one. I'm gonna go eat my dinner.
Enjoy
Karen,
it.
I hope everything comes out okay.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye, Andrew. All right. So just some Twitter drama real quick. So Mike Bloom
Yeah.
tweeted, Bob the Drag Queen has gone toe-to-toe with the likes of Derek Barry and Plain Jane, like 2 very infamous like drag queens in their season.
Mhm.
He said now he faces his next big rival, Zac Efron's brother. So Derek quote tweeted this. Derek Levasseur
That's not
his little dick syndrome tweeted this, quote tweeted this. He said, his name is Dylan. He's a really good person and actually playing a pretty good game so far. So let's at least respect him enough to call him by his name when you're fishing for likes. Allison, what's your first reaction to that?
So wait a minute, I'm confused. Which seems to be my thing for 2025. So
yeah,
Bob the drag queen has gone toe to toe with the likes of Derek Barry and Plain Jane. Now he faces his next rival, Zac Efron. Okay, so they're kind of Mike's kind of on Dylan and Bob the drag queen, and Derek is saying, I mean, I don't think Mike is. Does Derek know who Mike Bloom is? Mike Bloom does not have
apparently
to fish.
not.
First of all, Derek, I'm on your side, but honey, he doesn't need to fish for anything. I love Mike Bloom. I don't think I think he was I get the joke. I mean, it probably would have popped off better with Sam Asghari. Okay, if you thrown Sam Asghari in there, I would have thought that was funnier. Because Jesus, why?
So Mike Bloom has like a new sideshow on RHAP called like the Flash, right, Aaron? Is that what it's called? But it's just
Flash?
like any the Flash, not the Flash.
Just like reality
The
TV
Flash?
news that are it's just
like
happening.
update like any like happenings, like breaking news kind of just like
I'm
quick
starting
shows,
a show
right?
called The Flush. And it's going to start with Aaron this Thursday. No, I'm just kidding.
But so Mike Bloom just made this troll show today, like exclusively calling Dylan by like his full name, like the entire show. Aaron, did you listen to it?
I did, yeah. So I got the full rundown.
And so
and
like Derek is just like getting dragged online, and I'm just like living for it, basically.
Well, yeah,
He's
so
a
like a
good
bunch of reality
person.
TV people stepped
He's a
in to
good
give their
person.
takes on it,
Yeah.
And
this makes me think that like Dylan is gonna like simp for like Derek like the entire season, and we can expect like an alliance between them. So if that's the direction this season's heading, we're in for some nasty business over here. I don't know. It scares me. This tweet scares me.
I love Bob. I've never seen him before. And when he was like, I've got to go after little Dylan Efron, and he's not ready. And I'm sitting here going, he's not. I'm not. We're not. But I don't think I think Dylan Efron is under the radar. I think he's doing a great job. He's nailing it every time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the people that you don't suspect. And, they picked him for a reason. Okay. And I'll be honest with you. I think he's better looking than Zach. I said what I said.
And you know what kept happening to me in the episode 2? I kept getting distracted by Dylan and Sam. Because every time they were on screen, it's like, oh, like who is that? And I had to remind myself of who Sam was. I was like, who is this random? I haven't heard.
I'm trying to figure out
what. It
what.
looks so good in all the uniforms.
Sam's adorable, but can we stop the Superman curl? Or I don't know what is, or the Elvis. I don't know what we're doing.
No, it's definitely a Superman curl.
What are we doing? It's I don't know what he's doing there, but yeah, I don't see a lot coming from him. I'm really excited to see. I don't watch Vanderpump Rules, but I've been doing some research on Tom Scandival. Is his last name Scandival? Or is that what they call?
Sandoval. They call him
Scandival. Yes.
Yeah.
This asshole. Okay. Yeah. This is fun.
Yes.
So I'm living for this guy's got so much Botox, he can't help but stare at everyone like they're a traitor. I mean, he really is. That. It's great. But I can't, I felt bad for Ion. Is that Ion?
Yeah, Ion. Yeah.
Ion forgot. She was so sweet. And really cared. And I'm like, no offense, but why is she there?
Yeah, I liked her.
She was too sweet.
I like her too.
Too sweet for this world. Yeah.
Yeah. I know she's been trying to get into the, the Real Housewives, one of them at least, since Dubai got canceled.
I think I'm gonna start a show, and it's gonna be called The Real House wives of cat ladies. And
Love that. Give me drama.
because all I hear, Aaron, you know now, because you're around cats. Listen,
Yeah.
Jackie knows, I know, Kim knows, Tyler knows through me. I'm telling you, man, that is a show right there with a pot of
Yeah.
gold at the end of the rainbow. Because
Mhm.
I had some shit going on in this house before this show started. I can't explain. I'm about to put a UK one of those. What are they? Those cameras you put on animals.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to
GoPro.
put a GoPro on little Daisy Lou Delilah because she's nuts. I don't know about this one, but yeah. So I like it. Who's going home next week?
Oh.
I think Rob is gonna go home. I'm telling you, he
You
is
think
not
so?
long for this traitor world. I feel very strongly about it.
I
And no, I'm
think
not spoiled.
I think Danielle is banished, and if the traitors are smart, or if Rob has anything to do with it, it's probably going to be like a Dylan or a Robin or a Tom that's
Murdered.
murdered.
Yeah.
I can see Robin too.
I could see a Tom murder.
Yeah, because I think it's just going to take a minute for Rob to kind of wake up, like, oh crap, these people who I'm working with are going to get me fucked. I have to get
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah.
What about little Ivar? We haven't even mentioned Ivar, the royal.
Ivar.
Everybody just keeps
know.
writing his name down. I'm like, this guy hasn't done shit. I can tell you personally, I ain't seen
yeah.
him do anything. So stop.
Hey, he's
burning
the
your
first
boat.
gay royal. We got to keep him on.
And
Yeah,
he
we
argued
did.
with Dorinda, so that's why they have suspect on him. But
Mhm.
yeah.
I need more of him. I need more of him.
I
I
need
love
more
him.
of him too. I
He's
love
great.
him. Yeah.
Robin is chewing them up and spitting them out.
She's got that true like Phaedra housewife, like, don't come for me. This is what a faithful housewife who is not a traitor, who is here to play the game, is going to do. She's gonna be mad, she's gonna bitch, she's gonna be like, look, I'm not a traitor, I'm trying to win, I'm tired of volunteering, y'all suck. I'm like, I love it. I love Potomac.
Have you seen her? You've seen her on Potomac, Jackie?
I just saw a little bit of Potomac. I'm not a
Where's
huge fan,
Potomac?
but I do love
Where
the
is
girl.
that?
It's in Maryland.
Yeah.
But
She reminds me
It's
of a mob boss wife.
Or Lake.
Mhm.
Or some-
she has that like swag about her. Yeah,
like
but
Goodfellas.
I'm surprised to hear you say that, Jackie, because my fiance, he said that she's pretty boring on Potomac. So
Probably.
if you have like a better like opinion about her and like you're excited, I'm excited to see. I hope that you're right, because they really
Right.
focused a lot of screen time on her the first 3 episodes.
Yes.
She got
I
more
like
screen
her.
time than Brittany Haynes.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me.
Brittany's doing it though. Brittany's
Yeah.
doing it. She's doing it right. And I'm excited. Like I said, just real quick, before I think it would have been made more sense to reveal Derek and Rob in the cage and bring Wes in. And that's only because 75% of those people did not know who Wes is. And they really could be taking a chance. Now, do we want to take a chance on someone we know who they are, or someone where it's like, this
Yeah,
would be
the devil, you
interesting?
know.
That would have been interesting. Yeah.
It probably would have worked out, and that's just me. And also Mike Bloom is the sweetest guy on the planet. He made a joke. It's a joke.
It just
That's
read as
it.
like a carrot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a joke.
I love Derek to the moon and back, but Derek, calm down.
Yeah.
Trust Dylan does not need his. Have you seen his brother in the wrestling movie? Iron Claw? He's got it.
There you go.
He's got it.
There you
Jaw.
go. All right. Well, we'll be back next week to talk. Is it just one episode being released?
Yeah.
Okay. From here on out. Okay. So yeah, we'll have a more succinct discussion next week, because like 3 episodes for one.
It's kind of hard to say in one.
A lot.
Yeah. So we're just kind of like spitfiring like any and all like first impressions. So I'm excited to see like the direction of the season and where it goes and everything. So
Me too.
all right. Anybody else before we head on out?
Oh, I just want to briefly comment on the clown mission. I just thought it was so weird how they described the
I hate
doors
the
in
missions.
not a helpful way at all. Like, is it
No.
like I feel like they would be terrible at charades or
One,
any or giving. I don't know
two,
what.
Hey,
3, 4,
three,
yes.
four.
I was
I'm
like,
chasing it
why
to
did
the
it take
left.
them 5 tries to get through 4 doors?
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a
Crazy.
rule where they couldn't describe it as
Number?
like 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, right?
But at least it'd be like, oh, take the door all the way on the left. I don't know, something where it's just like,
Yeah.
you know.
And
I
he
wouldn't be
came out.
surprised if
That's
there was
the
a
fish.
rule.
What the hell was he popping those floats with?
Yep.
Take my
And a
eye out.
clown, I would have lost it.
Yeah, me
On
too.
a clown, no,
I don't do
I
clowns.
don't do clowns. I do not do clowns.
Me neither.
It really scares me that much unless it's the movie Megan is Missing, which is on Prime.
No,
Video.
especially if it popped out of a door at me with the. I would have ran. I would have
Oh, yeah.
ran backwards. They
Big
would
fact.
have.
Yes. Yes.
I actually might have just accidentally run through the rest of the maze. Honestly, I would have tried
yeah,
the other
it's not
doors.
that
I would have been like,
I love it. Like Sam says in the chat, the way they saw 4 doors with diamonds, and they go, "We're going through the door with a diamond on it." Well,
They all look the same. Why can't we use numbers?
with
letters.
a little not a lot of diamonds, a whole
like-
lot of diamonds, a fuck ton of diamonds, and
Purple.
diamonds everywhere. Let's just do the doors like that.
That was the worst.
yeah, or at least come up with a common way of describing the doors so people know what you're talking about. You know.
It would have been so easy. There's 4 doors in front of you when you walk in, from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There has to be a rule.
They would have found a way to screw that up.
I don't know. The challenges are for this show are never like, that's when I'm like scrolling on Instagram and like writing emails and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. The challenges really don't do it for me in this show.
Who is watching this show on Fox where they take people and put them in like Navy SEAL training?
Yeah.
What is that called?
Something force team. I don't know. I watched season 1 with Jamie Lynn Spears. I think that was season 1 or season 2 with Jamie Lynn Spears.
I did not see season 1. I watched season 2, and I hit join live instead of start from the beginning. I swear to God, Denise Richards was talking about he grabbed me by the vagina, and I was like, "What?"
Special Forces. There it is. Special
Forces. I am invested in this show.
Yes.
100%. Tom Sandoval was on it.
Oh,
Was he on it last season?
I don't remember which season, but yeah, he was on there too.
And Stephen freaking Baldwin.
oh no.
Right, Jackie?
Yeah.
That little shit. But I love it. I'm here for it. Anyway, so I would recommend Special Forces and The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. The final chapters on Max now.
Oh.
Yes, 4 episodes this time instead of 3. Yes.
My recommendation is Beast Games.
Beast Games? What's that?
Is it
Mr.
worthwhile? I'm so scared of watching that.
Let me tell you
Is it-
something. Mr. Beast needs to be on one of these reality TV shows so I can watch him sit with master manipulators, because he got money to blow to put people through some hell, and I just want to see him go through it as well, because it's giving Squid Game. It really is like a real life.
Oh, no,
Squid
he's
Game
legit
scenario.
just trying to do that because
And that's exactly
he
what
literally
he did.
copied. He literally hosted one. I think hosted.
Yeah,
a
he
Squid
copied-
Game, I think. Yeah.
And that was his practice. So he did his
Yeah.
own Squid Game. That was his practice. And this time he doubled the people, doubled the money. He doubled the social anxiety. We were watching it and I was like, Sean, everything is a game. Every single thing in here is a mind game, and he is playing with people. And I feel like he, not to spoil the whole thing, but there was this one where 4 large groups of people, like broken up. I'm talking like hundreds of people, had to choose one person to represent their group, to stand up and to either make the decision to not take whatever Mr. Beast was going to offer them and let everybody stay in the game, or take whatever Mr. Beast was going to offer them, and then everybody who was in their group was going to be eliminated. And I said, that is the stupidest thing in the world, because I'm telling you, I'm taking it. And Mr. Beast, when he's giving you these like deal or no deal type bets, it's not like something small. He's like, I'll give you $500, and then your 20 people have to leave the game.
Yeah.
In that particular challenge, it was one person who was representing 100 people, and the bribe up there got up to $1 million. I'm tapping that, and all y'all got to go home. I'm taking my $1 million, because I'm not leaving this game with nothing. He said it's a total. I think it's what, $5 million is the prize. Is the 500
wow,
million?
that's actually not.
It's called The Beast.
Beast Game. Beast
Where do you
Game
watch
on
that?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon
The
Prime.
Beast Games.
Amazon Prime.
I'm also rewatching Dexter.
Oh,
and because the first Dexter is my second rewatch of Dexter, but that's because I started watching Original Sin when it came out 3 weeks ago. And as soon as the episode ended, it immediately started playing season 1, episode 1, and my husband and I just sat back and I think we watched almost half of season 1 that night again. And I'm like, I fucking love this show. Oh, I love that show so much. And the Jerry Springer documentary on Netflix. Yeah, Tyler, what are you watching?
Oh, I need to watch that documentary. I've been watching a lot of seasons of The Real World. I actually just finished The Real World Philadelphia, which I've never seen before, but a very young Karamo is in that season. So it was good. It was good. I'm also rewatching The Leftovers.
Karamo has a talk show.
Yeah.
Have you seen the talk show?
I haven't seen it, but it was really interesting to see just how like he was very like angry at the world back then, like on his season, and just like watching him like work through that as like a black gay man was like really compelling and probably good like representation for the time on TV. It just like it always I could do like a whole show talking about how much I love The Real World and how important it is. And I just love like revisiting these old seasons and seeing just like really trailblazing like representation and like really deep personalities and just like complex like conversations and stuff like that. And it's so like unfiltered and so like unpolished in a very like real way that I really miss in reality TV nowadays. So I've watched like Austin, Key West, Brooklyn, Hollywood. Hollywood was really compelling. This guy Joey with his he was a alcoholic and an addict, and he actually relapsed while in the house. So they forced him to go to rehab, but he died a few years later of alcohol poisoning. So just seeing like him in that season like was really I haven't like seen Hollywood, so it was interesting how much that like really hit me watching. But I don't know, it's really great. And I'm also watching Sex and the City for the first time with my fiance. So
that's a good one.
Season 4 of that, and I have to say, Carrie Bradshaw is like one of the worst TV characters I've ever had the displeasure of watching her go back to big all these times. It's just she is so insufferably like main character pick me girl. She's like Susan from Desperate Housewives, but like an even worse version of that. If that makes any sense. Like, I just wish it was more Samantha focused, because of course Samantha is the best character on Sex and the City.
Well, I don't want to. Well,
you can spoil. I mean, I've seen And Just Like That.
Well, you know, they brought that one of an iconic character gets a cameo that's like a second long in a limo.
Yeah, I saw it.
And I'm like, are you doing the Kim Cattrall so
she got $1 million for that minute-long cameo.
Is that how you treat the woman from Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock?
Hey, they're lucky they got even that, because like her and Carrie Bradshaw like do not get along in real life. So
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Or SJP. So yeah, it's been fun to watch that. And I'm also rewatching The Leftovers, which is like one of the best shows of all time, in my opinion. But
I've never watched The Leftovers. Y'all, we've got a lot coming up on our plate. We are gonna do Yellow Jackets season 3. I'm bringing
much.
Tyler in on it. Jackie, are you watching Yellow Jackets?
Nah, I got a lot on my plate too. There's so much to watch. Too much.
Well, we got that coming up, and we've decided to do that instead of The Last of Us season 2. I'm sorry, but that's just where we are.
I could not cover another episode of that. I'm so sorry to you, Allison. I know you were passionate about it, but like I just could not find anything to like chat about for a podcast.
I could be passionate about anything. I could be passionate about Aaron's colonoscopy coming up on Thursday if you need me to be. I can do anything.
That sounds like patron exclusive content.
I can't do this anymore with 2 to 3 years in between gosh damn shows. I'm trying to watch the season premiere of Mayfair Witches the other night, season 2, episode 1. I can't remember anything that happened 2 effing years ago. We got Stranger Things coming up. I'm going on 3 years. I can't remember. I'm getting close to 50, y'all.
I will get you up to speed on Stranger Things.
So it's getting out of hand. I know we had writer's strike. We have all this stuff going on. And I know it can't be helped. Come on, man.
I know. Yeah. Euphoria just started filming this month too.
God.
I know it's been forever.
You know that show ended in January of 2022. Yeah. And we're not going to get the next season till 2026.
Nobody's going to care at that point.
4 years. I need to know what happened. What happened with that $10,000? What's going to happen? Hello? Because Zendaya is engaged, by the way, to Tom Holland. How do you feel about that, Tyler?
Tom Holland is very overrated, in my opinion. I feel like, especially in the gay community, I feel like everybody just like thirsts after him, and he is just like golden retriever energy in the most like boring way to me. I don't think he's like a good actor. I don't think he should be Spider-Man. I just don't really care.
Did you see him puke in the heart of the sea? That was a very big scene for him. He got seasick and he puked. It was great.
I've only seen 3 Marvel movies total. I've seen one of the Avengers movies. I've seen Black Panther, and I saw the Spider-Man movie where all the Spider-Mans come in the metaverse together and point at each other like the meme. And I just like, I hated the Spider-Man movie so much. And I was like, Zendaya, like, you are better than this. Like, I've seen you give like an Emmy award-winning performance in Euphoria 2 seasons in a row. Like, this is just such a waste of a talent for me. I don't know. I just like, I'm sure they're cute together and I'm glad they're happy and like yada yada yada, but like I'm just not on the Tom Holland train like everybody else is, and I'm sorry to be that person.
Jojo wanted to say hi to everybody. Hi, Jojo, you big boy.
Thank you, Romero.
Okay, and I'm sorry, it was Star Trek episode 6. I screwed up. Shocker. Thank you for letting me know. But guys, thank you so much for. We're getting into 2025. More shows to come. Subscribe. You'll get notifications when we go live. And if you like us enough after a while, become a patron. And we do live watches in the summer with Big Brother and such. So again, thank you for watching. We're on Spotify and some kind of what's that other thing?
Apple Podcast.
That's it. This is a lot.
All right, guys. All right, we'll see you when we see you. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.